the jungle. Yeah, let's get into some playoff or play-in basketball, right? So the 76ers pulled it out. They'll be playing the Knicks in the first round. And then to turn around, you got the Chicago Bulls who beat the Atlanta Hawks. And they get the present of playing the Boston Celtics. But I want to focus on the Chicago Bulls for a second because they're sort of a lost team. Nobody expects them to beat Boston. But let's put it in plain, simple terms. They made an investment on Lonzo Ball, and it just hasn't panned out. And I think this is the risk that teams feel when a lot of the fans or just people in general talk about, oh, what do the owners have to lose? Well, you got about how many millions of dollars if the player just gets injured and doesn't play. That's the other side of this. I really think the Chicago Bulls would be making some noise if they were fully healthy with Lonzo Ball in. But because he's been injured for most of his tenure in Chicago, they haven't been able to do anything. They can't penetrate. So now it's just like, okay, you just lost millions of dollars. Then if you move on from him, let's say he does recover and then starts playing good, that's just a bad investment. So it's a risk both ways. I don't side with the owners, to be honest, for the most part. I mean, it's just a bunch of billionaires being greedy. But in certain cases, you do have to pay respect and say, hey, they're paying this man's salary and he hasn't played really any games. And I feel bad for Chicago Bulls fans. You know, prices get raised when you make these type of big name free agent moves. And unfortunately, he'll probably just have to move on, or they'll probably have to waive him or cut him at some point in time, or try to trade him. But I don't even see what his trade value could be. And, you know, the effects of this is basically DeRozan is going to axe out. Levine already has axed out. And you're basically going to have to be in a rebuilding situation because you never really got to see what your team could potentially be. So, I mean, let's just keep in mind that it's a risk play on both sides. And unfortunately, Lonzo Ball just hasn't been healthy. The jungle.